And I think it's, quite frankly, before President Trump became president, and we made it a major element of his 2016 campaign, and quite frankly, until Miles Guo came to America and was so controversial about having his VOA interview shut down. 16 and 17 were really the beginning of awakening. You have to remember, the way this has been sold to the people of the United States is that the CCP's a business partner of Wall Street right there, and American corporations, and that everything's fine, right? And you get low, super cheap prices on goods if you support the CCP. And it's never told that it's because of slave labor in China, that the Chinese people have no freedom. So really, this is why I call it a great awakening to understand that the freedom of the world, depends upon and is conditioned by the freedom of the Chinese people in mainland China. The world will not be free until the Chinese people are free. That is the great work of your generation, right? I mean, Miles and I Miles is a leader, and I try to be an advisor, but it's going to be the work of a younger generation, like in Hong Kong, to make that happen. And this is really the unfinished work of the 20th century. In the 20th century, we had Hitler and Mussolini and the imperial military junta in Japan and the Soviet Union. This is the big fifth dictatorship. And it's the unfinished work of the 20th century to take down the CCP. And so it is a generational work, and I think people are awakening. You see polling every day. And one of the biggest things that's happened here in America, and one of the reasons I think the CCP has named me public enemy number one in China as an American, I know Miles and others are public enemies, is that I have focused the American people that it's not China and it's not the Chinese people, it's the CCP. And right now you have basically everybody questioning and asking questions and saying the CCP is the problem. So it is it's the destiny of the generation of Chinese, your generation, Gladys's generation, the generation that are fighting in the streets of Hong Kong. And the rest of us can assist in there and help you. But that generation has to take leadership. And I believe you're going to galvanize the world. And that's what I think is so important about the new federal state of China. And I think it's so important to start building organizations in each country and to get out and reach out. If you're in France, reach out to Frenchmen. If you're in the Middle East, reach out to people in the Middle East. If you're in Brazil, reach out to Brazilians. In Australia, Australians. In England, in America. Because you're going to see many, many, many people that want to join your cause. And so I do think it's your generation's destiny. And that's why the CCP is going to fall. Because the CCP can't really stand up to a Chinese people that demand their freedom and demand liberty. It's just like in America. When we finally woke up after remember, we had been here for 150 years. 150 years before the revolutionary generation, the patriots, demanded freedom from the British Empire. It just takes that one generation that we demand our freedom, we demand our liberty, and we're not going to back down. That's happening right now, and that's why the CCP is going to fall.